everybody. So today we're going to do a lesson on Saint Stephen. A really cool song, one of the songs, the opener for their third album, Oxomoxoa. I will never know if I pronounced that correctly, I'm sorry. But let's begin with the intro. Okay, so the first note is on the G string on the 11th fret. And then on the B string, you're going to hit 9, 10, 12. Then go back. So. And then you're going to hit 10 on the E. 10 on the E, and then a 9. And then back up on 10 on B. And then 12 on B. So far we have this. And then the next part is on the B string, and that's 9, 10, 12. And then you go back. Repeat on the E string, 10, 9. And you're gonna, once you do this, and you do 10 and 9 on the E, you're gonna hit 10 on B, and then 11 on E. And I know it sounds kind of off, but it's supposed to be that way, don't worry. And then you're gonna play on the E string, 9, 10, 12, go back, then play 10, 9, 12, so, and then 12 on the E, and then 10, 9 on the E, and you hit 12 on the B, and then you play 12, and then 10, 9, 10, 9, and then on the G string, you're going to hit 11 and 9. So the whole thing should sound like this. And then on live versions, they go straight to the riff. So that riff is it's mainly sticking in the box here of 7 and 9, and reaching out to 11 occasionally on the G string. So it's on the G string, 7, hammering onto the 9th fret, and you can either slide or hammer onto the 11th, whatever you think is correct. I usually just slide, and then going from the D string, 7, 9, and then hitting 7 on the G. Repeat. And when you repeat, you go 7, 9, 7 on G, hit 9 again, and you slide to the 11th. So, and then you resolve with 7, 9. So what you should have so far is, let me try that again. Repeat that part again, and then you go 9, 7, 9, 7 on the D, and then hammer onto 9, and then you're going to go to the 8th fret and hammer onto this, 6th fret and hammer onto the 7th, and then play 6 last, so it should be like this. And then the chords is very simple. It's just 3 chords: E, D, A to E. And you stop on D when they say the last line of the verse. You stop on D. Repeat. And then there's a part where he go. Let me try that again. And that's just all on the 7th and 9th fret, on the B and the E. So 9, 7, and then 9 on the B. Hammer on to the 9 on the E string, and pull off. And then on the B, 9, 7, and 9 on the G. Hammer onto the 9 on the E, B string. 7, and then conclude on B, on the 9 on B. And then sometimes, he'll play the live. He might not play the little. Oh, sorry. That sometimes he'll play some other riff. But essentially, it's just the 14th fret on the E, and you play it and you bend it all the way up to reaching the same note as the 16th fret. So when you bend up, play the note and bend down, and hit 12 on the E, and then hit 14. And then you just improvise the rest. I almost forgot to add that little descending part in St. Stephen. The chords are, after you play that D chord, it goes from G, A to E, or just open G, open A. And now when it starts going to that next part, when they start like descending all the way till it gets to the so this part is he plays that riff according to the notes that he's singing. So you have to think, just if you know St. Stephen by head, then just listen to what I'm doing, and I'll talk about what I'm doing. So it's different every time, and it's usually the ending of that riff. So basically what I'm playing is 9, 10, 11, 9, 10, 12 on the B, and then 10 on the E, 12 on the B, 10 on the B and hammer on to 12, and then hit 9, 9, 10, 12, no, 9, 10, 9, and then the G, 11, 9, 11, 9. So you really just have to listen to how he sings it and just match that. It's a lot to go over, so I'm not going to go through every single note. But once you reach that last part, it builds up to so it's 9 on the B string, 10, and then 11 on G, and then 10 on the B, 9, and then you reach the 12, 10, 14, 15. And that's, and oh, and also there's another guitar part that's doing an octave lower of that, so. So I'll leave that for you guys to figure that out, because it's basically the same pattern, just down an octave, and that's essentially all it's like, Steven. There's only these chords in here, that little intro. And you can see why the Dead kind of stopped playing this live. This song is a little complicated as far as guitar goes. I mean, you got to focus on all these little different parts, and then chords, and then singing, and making sure everything's correct. It's kind of, very complicated to be doing all that on stage. So I can see why they kind of left it out of the set list in the later years. But I hope that gave you guys at least a gist of the song. I tried my best. It's a lot to go over, and even, I mean, maybe this lesson wasn't perfect, but I hope you guys got the idea, and you can figure out and, get the little other imperfections that I might have showed, and you guys can figure that out. I mean, you guys are deadheads. I'm pretty sure you can figure out. Deadheads are known to have good ears. So, have a good day. I hope this lesson was good for you, and I'll see you guys later.